War never changes. From the conflicts between the three tribes that caused the Wendigos in ancient ages to those constant rival and civil wars, many creatures have suffered. From the founding of the Griffonian Empire after defeating Aquileia and Wingbody to the woes of Cuthad and Hindia in Zebrica, many creatures have died. For centuries, the evolution of warfare has always been adding more numbers to the causality of conflicts. When gunpowder was firstly invented by equestrian alchemists around 200 ALB, this new element was quickly weaponized and redefined the rules of war. And almost 600 years after the invention of gunpowder, the emergence of steam engine in Equestria has led the way of future warfare. Aside from numerous deaths caused by the expansions of factories, the Industrial Revolution also increased the need of a specific resource of a country, the coal. Though it was the heart of the Equestrian Industrial Revolution, Equestria itself sarcastically extremely lacked of coals. Unwillingly, Equestria had to import coals from Zebras in northern Zebrica, and this long-lasting partnership was always well maintained before 1005 ALB, but the country does not have permanent friends, only permanent interests. When 17 equestrian citizens were taken as hostages by pirates near the Zebrican coasts, Princess Celestia immediately chose a wanderboat to solve this hostage crisis. Yet sending troops to another sovereign state without a permission was greatly criticized, and therefore their partnership was quickly replaced by misunderstanding and hatred. It was unclear when the war was broken out, but soon after the pirate hostage crisis, the Great War has dragged Equestria and Zebras into the same death spiral. In the first 8 years of the Great War, the ponies only took this war as a conflict of resources under the lead of Princess Celestia. But in the 9th year, the arising misunderstanding between both sides has eventually resulted in the massacre of Littlehorn. Princess Celestia decided to abdicate the throne and gave all the power to Princess Luna due to her guilt for those victims of Littlehorn. It was supposed to be a simple abdication, but for those Zebras who believed the myth of the cursed stars, the succession of Princess Luna once the Not My Moon was a sign of a calamity. At this moment, Zebras no longer took this war as a normal conflict of resources, but a holy war that can only be ended up with the total annihilation of one side or another. As religion and greed pushed millions to bleed, Princess Luna had to reform her government to adapt the new situation. And that's where the 6 ministries of Equestria were founded. Tola Sparky's Ministry of Arts and Sciences, Rarity's Ministry of Image, Pinkie Pie's Ministry of Morale, Applejack's Ministry of Wartime Technology, Rainbow Dash's Ministry of Awesome, and Fluttershy's Ministry of Peace. No one wanted a war in the first place, no matter they were Zebras or ponies. But as the battle carried on, it was too late for both sides to stop, as they had already added too much to this gamble. The resources they gained couldn't even pay for the pension of the dead. Having seen too many losses, it was Fluttershy who invented a mega spell to heal the injured. But mega spells, to be more specific, are the framework that allows smaller spells to be augmented in scope and intensity. In other words, it could be used to save lives, or take them just in one moment. However, Fluttershy believed that peace can be reached if the power of both sides were balanced. Thus, she chose to give the secrets of the mega spell to Zebras to stop the war from falling into something even worse. But as the Equestrian war machine reached a maximum speed, Zebras believed the Holy War was in despair. To make full strike and end the war once and for all, Zebras had modified the mega spells into balefire booms, a weapon that can destroy the world. And so, after having 3 decades of war, the Great War between Equestria and Zebras had eventually come to an end. It was October 23rd, 1035 ALB. The balefire bombs were launched by Zebras. The war was fired by a misunderstanding, and it was also ended by another misunderstanding. At that moment, the old world had died, and the wasteland was born from its ashes. Many creatures will suffer, and many creatures will die.